You're going to get the strap and place that around the ball of your feet, both feet in the strap. And then you'll take your hands up toward the feet as close as you can. Wrap the strap around the palm of the hand, leave the fingers free, and you'll slowly let go of the strap as you inch the shoulders down toward the mat. So you want to relax the arms, they're just kind of dangling there. You're holding the strap kind of like you would a dog leash. And just slowly let the feet become flat as they can, like you're holding up the ceiling. And try to relax the muscles in the legs as much as you can. Start to notice your breath without changing it, just how it is right now. And then we'll take the left leg out of the strap and plant that foot on the mat. So you just have the right foot in there. You can keep the left leg bent or you can straighten it down your mat. Take a deep breath in, long breath out. And then take both straps into your right hand. And you can take that right foot with the straightish leg out to the right. You're looking for a sensation on that inner right thigh. You don't have to go super far over unless you want to. You can bend the knee if you need to. I just want to start the class off with this quote, something to think about as you're practicing. Enjoy the little things. For one day, you may look back and realize they were the big things. And someone named Robert Brault said that. See if you can focus on the little things in your practice today. Focus on your breath. Focus on the sensations in your body and how they change. And bring that right leg back toward the center. You can keep that left leg straight on your mat or bent. And we're going to take the straps in the left hand and bring that right leg with the hips bolted to the ground. So your hips are not moving. Just your leg is going across your body any amount over to the left. So it might only move an inch or two or a foot because you're keeping your glutes on the ground. You're just looking for a sensation on that outer right side seam of the leg. Take a moment to think of some things that you're grateful for. It could be the little things, like being able to get down on the ground and get back up. Being able to come to this class and practice. Maybe be grateful for taking some time out for yourself today to relax and recharge and become the better self that you can be. You're going to bring that foot back to center, and we'll take the other foot in the strap. And lengthen the right leg down your mat, or you can keep that foot bent. And then work toward a flat foot here. Take both straps into the left hand and take that left leg out to the left, any amount. You can even use your elbow and your hand as a little kickstand if you need to. Just breathing into that sensation on the inner thigh. And as you practice today, you may notice your mind starts to wander. You may start to think about the past or a memory or maybe something that's going to happen in the future. And when you notice yourself wandering and drifting, you can come back to the breath, focusing on the breath coming in and out of the nostrils. And that will bring you back into the present moment like an anchor. Go ahead and bring that foot back up to center. And then we'll take that foot across the body any amount, keeping the glutes on the mat. Breathing in and breathing out. Feel your muscles relaxing and stretching. Feel yourself letting go. And then you can bring that foot back to center. Unhook the strap, set the strap to the side and give your knees a hug into your chest. You can rock side to side. And then holding onto your knees, you're going to rock front to back on your back, massaging your spine. And then we're going to roll up into tabletop, hands and knees. From here, we'll take some cat-cows. So drop your belly, lift your chin, breathe in, breathe out, round the spine, hug the chin toward the chest, hug the belly button to the spine. Keep moving with your breath. Try to initiate this movement from the pelvis. So pelvis moves first, then the lower back, mid back, upper back, head, and pelvis moves again, lower back, mid back, upper back, head. Just opening up all the vertebrae from the lower part of your spine all the way to the cervical spine. You can take any other movement that you like here, maybe sway the hips, hip circles, barrel rolls, whatever feels nice in your body. And try to move when you breathe, breathe when you move. Really try to match that breath to movement. When you're focusing on your breath, you can't be in the past or the future. You're in the present moment. When you stop focusing on your breath is when the mind starts to wander. Once you feel even, front to back, side to side, tuck the toes, sit back on your heels. And we'll take the backs of the hands on the mat, fingertips pointing toward you for a little wrist stretch. I know some of y'all work with your hands or type or text. If this is too much on your hands, you can also take your hand out in front, point the fingers down, and pull the fingers toward your body with a straight arm. Feels good. Hurts so good. Take a deep breath. Breathe into any deep sensations. Imagine your breath is just taking them away on the exhale. And you can flip your palms face down, fingertips pointing toward you. Breathe. Where does it hurt more, your feet or your hands? Okay, and then you can flip front to back, just one at a time, back and forth, all directions, sides, front, back. Okay, good. All right, and then you're going to come back to tabletop, untuck your toes, and then we'll come back down onto the tops of our feet. Take your hands alongside your knees, and you can lift up one knee at a time or both knees at the same time, just stretching the top of your ankle. It doesn't have to go up high. If you're a runner or a walker, this might be pretty intense, or a biker, because your foot is always in flexion. So this is taking it the opposite way. What? Yeah, this one, it'll feel good when we're done. Okay. If you want to up level it, you just pick up both knees and lean back. But it's really not even an up level. It depends on your skeletal variation and your tendons and muscles and all that. All right, so we'll have enough of that. Come back to tabletop and roll out your feet. Just rolling out the ankles in circles. Notice the sensations changing in your ankles after that. And then we'll drop our feet to the mat and drop down to our forearms, elbows. So we're coming into puppy. If you want to place a blanket under your knees, you can. And you're going to reach your chest back toward your thighs and rest your forehead down to the mat. You're trying to cave your back toward the mat. So you're melting your heart down. And then take a few breaths here, breathing into the upper back. So your hips, your knees can be underneath, directly underneath the hips, or they can be in front of the hips. Try not to make your knees behind the hips, because that's just going to be really hard. Take a few breaths, and on your exhales, you're kind of melting that chest down toward the ground. Getting into the upper back, thoracic spine, and the shoulders. One more breath. And then you'll press up slowly to tabletop and round your back up to the sky like a cat. Pull your shoulder blades apart and tuck your chin. Good. You can run through a few more cat-cows to balance out the spine after that. Matching your breath to movement. And then we'll come back to a neutral spine and slide that right arm underneath the left. We're coming in to thread the needle. So you're going to rest your right temple to the mat and stretch your left arm forward. And you're trying to open up the chest looking under the left armpit. So you're opening the chest up to the left. Take a big breath in, big breath out. And bring that left hand back underneath the left shoulder. Slide that right arm out from under you, lift it up to the sky. And then we're going to thread it back under 3 times with our breath. So exhale to thread under, inhale to reach back up. Exhale to thread it back under. Inhale to reach it back up. Exhale, thread it under. One more, reach up. And then bring it down. We'll take that on the other side. So we'll stretch that left arm underneath the right. Rest the left temple on the mat and stretch the right arm forward. Open the chest up to the right. Look under that right armpit. Take a few big breaths here. We carry a lot of stress in our upper body and shoulders, so it's a great one to help relieve that stress. All right, bring that right arm back underneath the right shoulder. Slide the left arm out and up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, thread it under 3 times. We're going to do this. Inhale it back up, matching the breath to the movement. Your movement is slow because your breath is slow. One more. Good, then reach back up. And then bring that hand down to the ground. So for this next one, you can go back into puppy, or if you want to take downward facing dog, you can tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back for down dog. Pedal your feet, bend one leg, straighten the other. Shake your head, yes and no. Yes, you're glad Monday's over. No, you're not. You really love Mondays. Some people do. So wag your tail side to side. Pivot both heels over to the left and your left hip over to the left and get a side body stretch on the right. You're just letting that hip hang over. Inhale back to center, pivot both heels over to the right and let that right hip hang over to the right as well. And then come back to center, drop down to your knees and send that right foot forward into a low lunge. So if you need to drop that blanket under the back knee, then you can do that. Okay, then rise up, low crescent lunge. Big breath in, big breath out. Pressing your hips forward and down, you're slightly tucking the tailbone under to activate the glutes. Good. Interlace the fingers, palms to the sky, lean over to the right. Breathe. You can look up for more challenge. And come back to center. Lean over to the left. And come back to center. Drop the left hand down to the inside of that right foot. Right arm up to the sky for a twist. Really take that right arm up and back behind you, opening the chest. Breathe. Okay, bring that hand back down. Step back to tabletop. One round of cat-cow. And you'll step that left foot forward. Low lunge on this side. Arms rise up. Press the hips forward and down, slightly tuck the tailbone. Interlace the fingers, palms to the sky, lean to the left. Breathe into the psoas. It's a muscle on the front side of your body. Look up for more challenge. Come back to center, lean to the right. And come back to center. Cartwheel the right hand down, left hand up, low lunge twist. Really reach that hand up and back behind you, opening the chest. Breathe. And bring that hand back down, step back, tabletop, one round of cat-cow. Good, and you can stay here. You can go down to puppy, or you can come to downward facing dog, whatever you're feeling today. We'll be here for 3 breaths. Make sure you tuck your chin to your chest here, and that's just to scrunch up that area on your neck, your thyroid, so that when you release, the blood flow goes to that area a little bit easier and you can get more energy. One more breath. So you can drop to your knees or you can stay up on your toes. We're going to take that right leg up and back behind us, either while you're on your knees or with 3-legged dog. Bring the knee toward the nose, shift forward, and set that foot through in between your hands. So if you're on your knee, you're going to pick up that back knee, and now you're in a low lunge or runner's lunge, and you're just going to rock front to back. All right, now come to stillness. You can take a little step in with the back foot if you need to, and then straighten the front leg any amount, coming into kind of like a modified pyramid pose. So the back heel can be lifted or it can be flat on the ground. Just feel that stretch in the hamstrings. Breathe. And then we'll shift forward back into that runner's lunge, just rocking a few times, waking up the hips. And then keep the left hand planted down and lift the right arm up to the sky for another twist. Open the chest up. Arm going up and back behind you. I almost said gozing. What is that? I've been hanging out at the elementary today. No telling what's coming out of my mouth. Bring that hand down, and then we'll step back into a plank or puppy. If you're in a plank, you're going to lower down to your belly. Inhale up, back bend of choice. You can take cobra, baby cobra, or up dog. We're just trying to lift the chest, squeeze the elbows in, or you can straighten the arms for a full cobra, or lift the legs for up dog. Exhale to down dog. Take 3 breaths here and down dog. We're going to do all that on the other side, and then we're going to rest into some yin postures. One more breath. All right, so whether you're on your knees or your toes, you're going to lift the left leg up to the sky. Bring that knee to the nose, shift forward, set that foot down in between your hands, or you can just place it there. Lift the back knee and rock front to back in that runner's lunge. If you guys decide you need blocks, just let me know and I'll bring them to you. All right, if you want to step that back foot in a little bit, you can, and then straighten both legs as much as you can, fold over, breathe into the back of your legs. Send the breath there to release any tension. And bend that front knee, drop the right hand, keep it there on the inside of that left foot, left arm up to the sky for a low lunge twist. Take that left arm up and back behind you any amount. Open the chest. Breathe. Good. Bring that hand back down. And then we'll step back into a plank or to your knees and lower down. Inhale up, cobra or back bend of choice. Exhale to down dog. And from down dog, we'll drop down to our knees. And we'll come into pigeon. So you're going to take that right knee behind the right wrist and slightly outside of your body. You'll angle that front shin anywhere toward the top edge of the mat or toward your body. You can straighten that back leg back behind you. Feel free to stay on your hands, or you can lower down to your blanket, to your elbows. If this hurts your knee at all, you don't want knee pain, so you could drop down onto that right hip, bend both knees, and fold over the front shin or foot. Does anybody have knee pain? It may be different for everybody. So the intention is an outer hip stretch, but you may also get a stretch on the opposite hip flexor. Yeah. And one side might be different than the other. You may feel that on one side and not the other. So that could be a skeletal variation or muscular variation. Anybody not feeling this on the outer right hip? Okay. If you're feeling a tweak in your back at all, you may want to try to put your blanket underneath that right hip to help prop yourself up a little. You'll slowly come up to your hands and then drop down on that right hip. Swing that back leg around to the front and see if you can stack your knees on top of each other. So then you're in a shoelace or they call it cow face pose in regular yoga. If that's not happening today, you can just take your legs, the knee stacked on top of the foot. If that's not happening, you can just cross that left shin in front of the right. Okay, and we're going to take eagle arms. So we'll take the right arm on top of the left. You can hug yourself here or hug upward and grab your palms. Take a deep breath in, lift the elbows, pull the chin back and down to lengthen the back of the neck. Exhale, drop the elbows. You can stay right here sitting straight up, or you can hinge at the hips. If you have any herniated discs, just hinge at the hips and keep the spine straight. If it doesn't bother your back to round it, you can round forward and tuck the elbows into the abdomen, tuck the chin to the chest. Breathe into the upper back, into the hips. Where can you let go a little bit more? Use your breath to help soften any tight areas. And slowly rise up, unwind your arms, and then take your left hand down next to your left hip and reach overhead with your right arm. Open your chest up to the sky, and you can turn your chest down toward the ground. Find your favorite spot and stay there for a breath. And then we'll come back up. Take your right hand down by your right hip, reach up and over. Same thing. Turn your chest one way or the other, find your spot and breathe. And then you'll come back up, and we're gonna twist over to the, I'm doing the opposite of y'all, I think. So just twist over to one side. We're gonna do both sides. So just sit up tall and turn and look behind you. Whenever my legs are crossed like this and we twist, I get so thrown off. Like I can't tell my right and left. We're just all wrung out. All right, come back to center and we'll twist to the other side. Sit up tall, look behind you. Breathe. Exhale to hug your belly in and twist further. Just wringing out your day, wringing out your month. And come back to center. Unwind your arms, take your hands out behind you. Windshield wiper your knees side to side. And then we'll come to tabletop and take that left knee behind the left wrist, coming into pigeon. Any amount. You can always drop onto that left hip and bend the back knee and fold over that front shin if you need to. Looking for that sensation on the left outer hip, and you may also feel it on the right front of the right hip. If your hands are close to your face, you can try taking your thumbs to your temples, give yourself a little temple massage, or you can massage your jaw joint or your forehead, your scalp. Just give yourself a little love. The more self-love you give to yourself, the more you can give love to others. Relax your jaw, your face, your hips. We've got about 10 more breaths here. And slowly come up to your hands. And then drop down on that left hip, swing that back leg around and bring it on top of the left. So you have your knees stacked, or you have your square pose or your double pigeon, or you have that right shin in front of the left. Okay, you pick your favorite. Left arm on top of the right this time. Hug yourself or hug upward and grab your palms. Lift your elbows, tuck your chin, elongate your neck. Deep breath in. Sigh it out. Drop your elbows down. You can stay here, or you can round forward, tuck the chin. Breathe into your upper back, pulling your shoulder blades apart on each inhale. On your next inhale, rise up, unwind your arms. We'll plant one hand down and reach overhead with the other. You can use your legs to kind of press the bottom, use the top leg to press the bottom one down. And you're reaching over. And then we'll go to the other side, same thing. Use your legs to press down on the bottom leg. And come back to center, and then we'll twist over to one side, sit up tall, and look behind you. Breathe in. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Good, come back to center, other side. Breathe in, breathe out, twist a little deeper. Come back to center, and then we'll lean back on our hands, take your feet out in front, windshield wiper your knees side to side. Then let your knees fall over to the left, so you have like this mermaid stance. And then you're gonna walk your hands back behind you. Maybe you stay on your hands, looking for a sensation on that that right quad. Y'all feeling that? Okay, just making sure. You can also drop down onto your elbows if you want more of an intense stretch, or you have this bolster. You could lean your elbows back on that or cushion at home. We say we carry our worries in our quads, according to Chinese medicine. We're opening that up and getting rid of those. You can keep your chin tucked to your chest, or you can drop your head back and open the throat. Deep breath in, exhaling all your worries out. And we'll slowly come back up. Windshield wiper your knees a few times, and then we'll do that on the other side. Drop the knees to the right. You're welcome to stay on your hands and walk back, or drop to your elbows and breathe into the left leg. And you can come back up. Windshield wiper your knees a few times. And then we'll prepare for our second to last posture. The last one's Shavasana. So this one, you have a bolster or a cushion at home or a pillow. You can take it lengthwise down your mat, or you can take it perpendicular. So maybe play around with that and see what you like better. So this one, if you want to take it vertical down the mat, you can take it up to your lower back, and then you can lie back on it and take your arms out like cactus or goalpost arms. And it's a back bend, or you can grab opposite elbows overhead, whatever you like to do, or you can rest them by your side. If that's too much on your lower back, you can always just roll up a blanket and place that underneath your back. You could also take it perpendicular to the mat and take that underneath your chest. And then that's not as harsh on your lower back if you have any low back pain. Not doing that one at all. Okay. So, yeah, come help you. Yeah, the bolsters are kind of big, so you need to drop to the blanket. You just do that. If you want more hips, you could bring, and you're in a back bend, you could bring the soles of your feet to touch and the knees out wide. Just let gravity and time open things up. You're welcome to stay in this posture till the end if you're happy here. Or whenever you are ready, you can make your way down to your back. Feel free to use the bolster or the blanket however you like, maybe under your knees or covering up with the blanket. And then Shannon, make sure you do the opposite side as well. Once you get comfortable, take 3 long, slow breaths, breathing into the abdomen, filling the belly up with air, and let the ribs expand and let the upper chest expand with air. On your exhale, you'll exhale with the upper chest, ribs contract, belly button to the spine. It's called a 3-part breath. And you'll breathe in to the belly, ribs, upper chest. Exhale, upper chest, ribs, belly. Your knees are apart in butterfly, bring them together. Bend your knees, take your feet to the mat. If you're on a bolster, slowly roll off of the bolster. Come to your side. Allow your spine to adjust. Take a moment to reflect on your practice today. What did you enjoy about your practice? Reconnect with what you're grateful for. And thank yourself for showing up today. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Make your way into a seated position. You can keep your eyes closed if you like. Lay your hands together at heart center. Sit up tall and bow your chin to your chest. Take another deep breath in. Scrunch your shoulders up to your ears. Deep breath out. Drop the shoulders down. Thank you guys so much for showing up and supporting me and the studio, the space, for the last yoga class in this space. The light in me honors the light in you. Hope you have a beautiful holiday. Namaste. Make sure you hydrate.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.